Welcome to another episode of The Floss Boss. Today I am going to create a video that answers some of the questions about that very famous article that is teaching people not to floss anymore. I've had lots of patients that come in and have said, hey, what's up with this article that came out that's saying you don't have to floss anymore? And it makes me cringe a little bit because they're not reading the article all that well. So I'm here to dispel some rumors about that particular article. So the first thing and the most important take home from that article that is out there, the article does not prove that flossing is ineffective. That's what people are taking away from reading it, and that's not at all what the article is saying. The article is disputing some of the purported evidence that would suggest flossing is beneficial. So those are two very different positions to take. On a side note, another interesting fact is, or question is, do you suppose that the author of this article ever flosses? I find it interesting to take the position that no one should floss because, wow, what that would mean, for sure, more pain for you, more expense to you, a lot more money for dentists. So if you're for those things, you should stop flossing. Okay, so the author's chief concern in the article was that there aren't enough longitudinal, long-term studies to prove the effectiveness or the efficacy of dental floss. Now that I agree with, but why do you suppose that is? I think it is rather obvious. There's not a need to do those things. That's why the government has invested in it, and private companies have invested in it. There are studies out there that have shown the effectiveness of dental floss, but they didn't meet this hard, long-term test to the authors of this article. So there are a couple of facts, though, that you must know. These are absolute facts that are not in dispute. Number one, the bacteria in your mouth, when mixed with food and sugar, that cause decay, that cause inflammation, those are real. They're not in dispute. That action, that metabolic process happens in your mouth. And so it's important for the debris, the food, to get removed off of your teeth so that that decay process or gum disease process doesn't start to happen. The second fact that is not in dispute is that a toothbrush does not clean all of the teeth. So you have a toothbrush that is highly effective in removing debris and food and plaque from your teeth. But if you can imagine it sort of like a row of homes in a street that are really tight together, and you've got a giant brush that comes down. You can brush the front of the home, the back of the home, and the top of the home, but when you get in between those homes that are close together, the bristles can only get down so far, and that gunk and stuff just keeps growing in there. So you need dental floss to keep that clean. And here's the most important thing. Have you ever flossed your teeth and had stuff come off in the floss? Like plaque or food? I mean, some people literally can finish brushing their teeth and they can feel food wedged in their teeth. As that food breaks down, I promise you, it is going to turn into destructive mechanism to create cavities and to cause gum disease. So when next time you pull your floss out and you see stuff on it, you know it's effective. So that's why you don't need to have these long-term studies. I want to say two things. Number one, this video was inspired by Francesca Martinez, and I dedicate this video to her. We love you. The second thing is I'm creating a much longer video that goes through each of the points of this article. For those of you who are total nerds like me and want to see my opinion on this article, there's a link I'm going to post for you, and you'll be able to see that video if you're interested. Have a great day. Oh, and remember, floss is your friend. And so remember, floss is your friend. Okay, here, wind this back up so we can give this to a patient.